Back again? Is it a quick one? I'm not sure. It's a frustrated one, that's for sure. So listen, Hull City happened. Yeah, that happened. How do I feel? Monday morning, frustrated. Bit calmer, but still frustrated. It's a mad result. We can all agree. Disgraceful result. Am I jumping the gun? Did I get a bit upset? I did, but am I don't know. I'm a bit calmer this morning. But yeah, it's an embarrassing result. The thing that jumps out at me this morning, the thing I'm thinking about this morning is how can we not be on it for the first game? Because I could tell you now from watching the game, a lot of people weren't on it. And that's what pissed me off. From the off, it just seemed like we just lacked that tenacity in attack. And Hull had it. When they attacked, like I said, they looked dangerous. The crosses were absolutely menacing. And they had a presence in the box. All the things that we didn't have. Is our play style different from theirs? Of course it is. However, it just wasn't good enough. This morning, I'm thinking, as a coach, is anyone guaranteed the first 45 minutes? That's a genuine question for this morning. Is anyone guaranteed the first 45 minutes? The reason I ask that question is because I believe that Dorgu was shit from minute one. Let me stop picking on Dorgu. Quite a few of them, specifically Dorgu, was shit from minute one. Is it beyond the realm of reality to look at the game 10-15 minutes in and say to yourself, this ain't going the way I think it should go, so I'm start ringing the changes from now. Is it beyond the realms of reality to do that? Because I feel like we get into this pattern of you select a team and you feel like, they're guaranteed the first 45 minutes. Is that even real? Is that even real? Is that a thing? Is that standard? Should it be standard? Does it take a brave manager? 15 minutes to go, you know what? Your shit, get off. Getting somebody on to liven this up. Why do we sit there for 45 minutes and say, let's see how it goes? That's potentially, even if you start making changes at 25 minutes in, that's potentially 20 minutes that you've saved yourself on a player that's just not going to improve. Now, I don't like to go on like I'm no genius, I'm not. But watching that game, it was quite evident to me that there are a few players, Dorgu one of them, Mboma wasn't too bad, but even Bruno wasn't great. But it's quite evident to me there's a few players that just weren't going to get much better. It was just the day, and that's football. Sometimes you turn up on the day, what you get on the day is what you get on the day. But does it take a great coach to realize that, recognize that, and change things quickly? I don't know. I just feel like from minute 20, I realized from minute 5, I looked at it and thought, nah. But does it take a certain type of coach to recognize that and bring the changes? Should players be guaranteed the first 45 minutes? I don't know. All these are questions that, we need to ask. Also, on Carrick's demeanour, a lot of people looked at it, and I've seen a lot of stuff over the weekend. There are a lot of people saying, oh, he doesn't care and he's too calm. And I don't know. I think as a calmer manager, I think when you're not passionate and you're not running up and down and screaming your head off sometimes, it could come across, especially when you're losing, as you're not good enough or you're not you're not demanding enough, because for some reason we seem to correlate a manager screaming and shouting at his players as passion and as like that drives teams. Is that wrong? I don't know. But guess what I'm saying is it's frustrating when it's not going how you want it to go and you see nothing from the manager. I understand that angle. But I also understand the calm angle of no need to lose your heads. I get it. Anyway, this morning, still frustrated, but I'm not losing faith. I think bad result. We need to turn it around. The proof will be in the pudding in the next game to see what his team selection will be, how aggressive the changes are, and how they start the next game. Because if you don't start the next game like a house on fucking fire, and if they don't start the game like that, and within 5-10 minutes he's not up there going, no, this is not acceptable, I'm going to lose my shit. Because against Hull, that was not acceptable. That was not acceptable, man. To all the people screaming, oh, we need to spend more money. Listen, I was one of those people on Saturday when things weren't going the way I think it should go. I was one of them people going, oh my God, we need a left back. We do. But we also need other things. Is spending money the solution always? I don't always think so. This is why I'm not one of the first people to go, oh, we need to be spending money. No. Because look at Tottenham. They spend almost $500 million. We all saw that. That was disgusting. They got slapped differently. Now, am I saying we're much different than them at this minute? No, we're not. Because while we didn't get slapped to the same magnitude, we still had no punch, and we still had, we still lacked a lot of desire. There was a lot to improve on our performance. But yeah, I guess this morning I'm saying, still frustrated, still annoyed, but I'm choosing to remain upbeat, and I'm hoping to see something completely different this weekend. Baleba's signing is through the door. It seems like it's through the door. We need a left back. Or if we're not going to get a left back in, we need to honestly start thinking about pushing Luke Shaw to the side and giving the younger masses chance. Because I saw a few things from Luke Shaw at the weekend that I didn't like. I think the left side just needs fresh legs, man. It needs a bit of youth, maybe. Yeah, there's quite a few things that can be improved. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend. The table isn't looking great. There's only one game gone. Let's not get too carried away. The performance was absolutely disgusting. And like I said, I'll be watching keenly this weekend. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Also, I'm doing a watch along tonight where we'll try and go and hate on Chelsea. Actually, that's a lie. I kind of like Chelsea, but I'm going to watch the game anyway. I want to see what they got to offer. See how Morgan Rogers beds in. Just see what they're saying. You can get a lot of ideas on where a team's going to finish and how a team's going to do on, the vibe of the first game. Based on the vibe of our first game, it's probably relegation. That's a joke. But yeah, come along and watch with me later. I'll see you guys in the next one.